So, you show up to work around 7 a.m. Your fellow colleagues say, "We have a structure fire. Get your gear, get on the truck, and let's freaking go." What job do you think I'm talking about? It's a firefighter. Today, I will be discussing with you about the typical day of a firefighter, the dangers of being a firefighter, and also living in a family with a firefighter. The first point is the typical day of a firefighter. According to the city of Virginia Beach, the typical day of a firefighter begins with checking your gear. Checking your gear consists of your jackets, your pants, your helmet, your boots, and your oxygen mask and oxygen tank. Now, you may be like, "Oh, easy peasy, I can check that easily." No, a lot of time goes into checking your oxygen tanks, which is essential when you go to a structure fire. As I use an example, your boots and jacket and your pants are also very key. They are fireproof, fire resistant, and they offer the most protection for firefighters when they go into situations like this. The boots are also very heavy duty, steel toe boots for kicking down doors, doing whatever dirty work they need to do when they get on the scene. Now, when you think of a typical day, it doesn't just consist of going to calls, fighting fires. A lot needs to be done around the station for guys, like picking up their station, which is their bedroom, according to my dad. Also, making sure everything's clean, and believe it or not, they actually do their own grocery shopping. Where I come from, you see a fire truck at the grocery and you're like, "What's this doing here? Is there a call?" Nope, they're getting their groceries. They typically do it in the engine in case they need to go on a call. Now that I ran through the typical day of a firefighter, I would like to talk about the dangers of being a firefighter. Now, the first main danger of being a firefighter is falling structures that can cause some serious harm or even death. Falling structure would consist of the roof of a building, the roof of a house, poles in a building. Say a burning building has metal poles, concrete comes loose, bang, smacks on somebody. Now, this sounds pretty terrible, and I hate to break it to you guys, but there's been a couple colleagues of my dad that have been lost from structure fires and dangers in a structure fire, such as falling roofs, collapsed walls. Most things that you would think would fall over in a structure fire, they have been caught under. And it's pretty sad, but it's reality. And I've been to too many funerals recently for fallen firefighters. Another danger would be smoke inhalation. Now, this is typical during a structure fire. When they're fresh out of structure fire, take their mask off, getting fresh air, and they get a lot of smoke in them, or sometimes they even go into a fire not needing their oxygen mask or not thinking they need it, and going in there and just getting the job done without thinking about it. That's the average way smoke inhalation is a problem, because most guys don't think about protecting themselves first. They think about getting to the others that need saving first. The next danger is going to be from WebMD, and it is burns. First degree burn is your typical average day burn. You touch a hot stove top, you get the pan of brownies out of the oven, it's still really hot. You take cookies out of the oven, super hot. It's merely a flesh wound. It's just a burn on the outer layer of the skin, no biggie, little ice will help. The next degree is second. A second degree burn goes below the outer layer of the skin, and it's getting a little closer to the tissue and the tendons in the finger or wherever you get burned. Now, the worst degree is, as you might know, third degree, which goes below the lower layer of the skin and through the lower layer, and it can cause swelling, charred skin, the whole 9 yards. If you've had a third degree burn, I'm sorry, nothing a prayer can't heal. Now, the next danger is mental anguish. So mental anguish, I think of PTSD, such as not war PTSD, but still losing a victim PTSD. So there have been many cases where a firefighter will go to the scene, he's trying to resuscitate, trying to save somebody, doesn't get them out, doesn't save them in time, and it just wrecks their mental state. My dad's had a couple guys and friends quit because they've lost a friend, they've lost a family member, or they've just lost a random citizen from my city due to a structure fire or something like that. It's very sad, but it's the reality. Now, let's move on to a little bit happier side of things, which is living in the family of a firefighter. I could not be more blessed to live in the family of a firefighter with my dad, Lieutenant John Russell. He's been one of the best firefighters the city's had, according to me. He's moved up to lieutenant over the last 5 years. He's been working hard. Living in the family of a firefighter does bring around some concerns and worries for the family. When I was growing up, I'd go home every day after school, elementary school, middle school, call my dad, be like, "Hey Dad, you doing okay? How's work going? Has anything bad happened today?" And of course he'd always tell me, "No, nothing bad's happened. Everything's great, I'm doing good." And then as I began to grow up, I began to worry more because I actually knew what could happen to my dad while he's on the job. I mean, just scary. And even for my mom and my sister, they would always worry. I mean, we'd pray every night with my mom, making sure Dad was okay throughout the night, making sure he would make it home safe tomorrow morning. And the nice part is, every day he'd come home from work in the morning, he'd make me a bowl of cereal or some toast for school, and that was the best thing. I think that's been a part of my life, is hugging my dad in the morning and just feeling his warm embrace and know that he got home safe. So today I've discussed with you the typical day of a firefighter, the dangers of a firefighter, and also the family of a firefighter. There's been many blessings in my life, many sad moments, but I will forever be thankful that my dad is a firefighter, and I will be forever thankful for all the firefighters around the country and around the world.